Hello and good evening everyone. My name is Mirr, and in this video I'll be walking you through my final website project for web development. The website I created is called Fortnite Central and it's themed around the popular game Fortnite, which has had a huge impact on gaming and pop culture. The goal of my website was to create a multi-page informative platform where all players and fans of Fortnite can learn more about the game, view media, read reviews, and explore its wider impact. I built everything from scratch using HTML files, CSS files, and a bit of JavaScript. And I mainly focused on layout, responsiveness, and visual design. Let's begin the walkthrough. At the beginning, we have our home page. This is the this is basically the landing page of the site. It includes a welcoming headline, a short introduction about the game, and a looping promotional video that gives users a quick glimpse into Fortnite's world. The layout was simple and clean, with a bold header and a navigation bar at the top that appears on all pages for easy access. Navigation bar. After the home page, we have our About page. This page gives a detailed explanation of what Fortnite is, including its background, different game modes like Battle Royale and Creative, and how it's evolved over the years. I included images, section text, and a small timeline to show key milestones in the game's history. The idea here was to give new users or those unfamiliar with the game a full overview in a fun and clear way. A brief description about the game, an image, a different kind of game modes, the evolution or let's say the timeline of the game. So after the about page we have our media page. This is where I included a responsive image gallery. I used CSS grid to arrange the images into three columns and each image has a smooth hover effect that adds interactivity. The page is full responsive, so the grid adjusts to different screen sizes. I wanted this page to highlight the visual style of Fortnite, from in-game moments to creative builds and events. The background images, the modes, the championships, the game skins, and the international championships. After the media pages, we have the review page. Here I designed a section for player feedback using review card. Each card shows a player's name, their comment about the game, and a star rating. One of the review is by me under the name Mirr. This page was fun to make because it added a community element to the site. The layout is flexible and adjusts on mobile, and each card has a small hover effect to keep things dynamic. The name, the comment, and the ratings. And this is the review under my name, Mir. After the reviews page, we have last but not the least the impact page. This page explains the border. This page explains the broader influence of Fortnite, including its cultural, educational, and economic impact. I wrote about things like in-game concepts, creative learning opportunities, and how Fortnite has changed the gaming industry with its business model and community features. I organized this page into clear sections with heading and used background colors to help separate the content visually. In terms of design, I kept the style consistent across all pages. I used white and black to match Fortnite's branding and chose a clean, readable font. For layout, I used CSS Grid to make everything responsive and visually balanced. I also made sure to add alt tags for accessibility and kept all text simple and clear. One small and cool feature that I'm proud of is the looping video on the home page, which adds movement and gives users a quick feel for the game. I also really like how the image gallery turned out, especially how well it adapts to mobile screens. Looking back, I faced a few challenges, mainly around aligning layouts and making sure everything looked good on devices. But I learned a lot about responsive design and how to use grid together to solve layout problems. If I were to continue improving this project, I'd probably add a review submission form, more animations using JavaScript, and maybe a simple backend so users can leave feedback in real time. To sum it up, Fortnite Central is a fully custom responsive website that brings together what I've learned in HTML, CSS, and front end design. It's informative, visually appealing, and focused on creating a smooth user experience. I'm happy with the final result, and it's a project I'm proud to share. Thanks so much for watching my presentation. This was a fun project and a great way to apply everything I've learned. I hope you enjoyed exploring Fortnite Central as much as I enjoyed building it. Thank you and have a nice day. Hello everyone. In this part of the video, I'll be walking you through the main code behind my website, Fortnite Central. I'll show how I structured the pages using HTML, styled them with CSS, and added a bit of JavaScript to make it interactive. I'll start with the home page, which is my index.html file. At the top, you can see the basic structure I used. Doctype HTML and opened with an HTML tag and head section where I linked my CSS file and added the page title. Inside the body, I have the I have a header that includes the logo image and the site name, Fortnite Central. The navigation links are inside the nav element which appears on all pages and links to the about, media, reviews and impact pages. Below the header is the main section. Here I added a hero section with a heading, a short paragraph and a looping video of Fortnite. I used the video tag and added the autoplay muted and loops attributes so the video plays automatically without sound and loops forever. After that, there's a call to action section with a simple message encouraging users to play Fortnite. Then I finish with a footer that shows the copyright. Now moving to the CSS file, this is where I styled everything. I started with a basic reset using margin, zero padding, zero box sizing border box to make sure all the elements behave consistently. For the header, I used display flex and justify content space between to align the logo on the left and the navigation on the right. The background color is a dark gray and the text is white to make it pop. I styled the navigation links to have spacing and added a hover effect that changes their color when you hover over them. The hero section is centered and includes the main heading and the video. I made the video responsive by using width 100% so it scales across devices. For the media page, I used CSS Grid to create a 3-column image gallery. The class.gallery grid uses grid template columns repeat 3 1 fr to split the layout into 3 equal parts. I also added hover effects to the images so they zoom in slightly when hovered. Next up, after the CSS file, we have the reviews page. On the reviews page, I created review cards using div elements with a class of review card. Each card includes a name, a paragraph of feedback, and a star rating using emoji. In the CSS, I gave the cards padding, a background color, rounded corners, and a slide box shadow. I also added a hover effect so that when you move your mouse over a card, it slightly lifts off the page using transform translate minus 5px. This gives it a modern responsive look. All the reviews are mentioned over in the main page. After the reviews page, we have the impact page. For the impact page, I split the content into sections with separate headings like culture, impact, and educational use. Each section is styled with a light background and a left border line using border left 6 solid. This helps visually separate the sections and make it easier to read. The impacts, the different headings, culture, influence, online community, education, learning, the global impact of Fortnite are mentioned over here. So that's the main structure of my website, basic codes that I've clearly used. I used semantic HTML to organize the content, CSS for layout and styling, and kept everything clean and responsive using grid and flexbox. Each page is consistent and mobile friendly and matches Fortnite's branding style. Thanks for watching this code walkthrough. I hope it gives you a clear idea of how my website was built behind the scenes. Thank you very much and have a nice day.